Hello and welcome everyone to this session where we are going to be discussing on the markets and finding out what exactly we need to do as we are beginning a brand new week. My name is Raja Venkatraman and I'm the co-founder of New Trader. So I am joining you today on this live stream to find out what's really happening. So yes, friends, a warm welcome to all of you. So I hope you're able to hear me. Audio is okay. And as we get started with today's session, yes, a lot of things are going to happen. A lot of things are happening as well. And what we are trying to see is how can we make some sense out of it, right? So that's the whole idea here. And as people are joining in today's live stream, let's try and find out what we need to do because the markets continue to show us some promise, but then we got to see whether this particular promise that we are seeing, whether will it continue, whether will it hold on, or whether will it give it up, right? That's what is the agenda. So इसी को समझने के लिए हम मिलते हैं every morning and find out कि करना क्या है, समझना कैसे है इसे और काम कैसे करेंगे, because that's what is going to be our agenda. So let's get started with today's discussion. And today, yes, there is going to be a lot of insights on what we need to do. How should we be looking at the markets? So, yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pratap. Good morning, Amit. Right. So, what are we going to do today? Okay. As we are signing in, you can also share this link. Good morning, Rajesh. Good morning, Vivek. Yes, our team is joining in. You can also share this link with as many people as possible because I want to see more and more participation in our live stream because we are sharing the markets in a brand new way, in a good perspective. So I want more and more people to know how to look at the markets in a easier and simplified way, right? That's what we are here for. That's what we gather every trading day in the morning. So now let's go and see what the market has done. Okay, let's go and take a look at what the market has done and let's try to get some picture. Okay, so let me just share my screen right now. And as people are joining in, so let us first take a look at the market. Okay, so as we can see here right now, okay, as we can see here right now, we are observing. Yes, Gopal, welcome. Welcome, Venkat. Welcome, Vivek. So let's try and understand what the market is doing and how the market is getting set up. All right. So when you take a look at the markets, what do you see in the markets right now? Okay, what do you see in the markets? You see in the market that the market has right? That's very clear. Market has been trying to go up, but what has happened eventually? Okay, what has happened eventually is that the market has gone and hit a plateau. Plateau yani market has hit some kind of a resistance. That's what it's looking like. You can see here that ये जो daily chart है, okay, ये मैं daily chart डाल रहा हूँ आपके सामने. ये daily chart देखकर समझ में आ रहा है कि markets, yes, it tried to hold on. Agar last week we were speaking about crossing these levels, we thought that the momentum would come, right? RBI policy also came in, and we thought that the markets would move on from here. But हुआ ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Instead, what happened is that plateau ये यहाँ पर रुक गया और यहाँ पर रुकने के बाद it is now trying to make some sense. So in terms of the candlestick pattern, what you are seeing here is a formation of a doji. Doji यानी uncertainty. Okay, all of us have to be familiar with certain candlestick patterns. तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं एक है doji, दूसरा है hanging man. So ये सब यहाँ पर आने से what does it indicate? It indicates that at higher levels there is some resistance. Okay, at higher levels there is some resistance, and if you see resistance out there, so what was your conclusion? Yeah, what is your conclusion? और conclusion है कि वहां पर एक stop होगा. अब ये जो trend है एक अप ट्रेंड है, ये अप ट्रेंड जो है यहाँ पर स्टॉप होने की चांसेस है. सो व्हाट वी आर सीइंग इज वी आर सीइंग फ्रॉम अ so always have a top down perspective, always have a top down approach, and that's what we do every day in the morning. We try and have a top down approach. We try and find out कि मार्केट्स को कैसे समझना है, मार्केट्स में क्या चल रहा है, ये सारे चीजें समझना जरूरी है. ओके, ये सारे चीजें समझना जरूरी है. सो नाउ यू कैन सी हियर दैट दिस इज द सिनेरियो इन निफ्टी. नाउ यू कैन सी हियर इन जून के मिड में आपने देखा था एक डोजी फॉर्मेशन हुआ था, राइट. इधर एक डोजी फॉर्मेशन हुआ विच ब्रॉट एन एंड टू द डिक्लाइन. और यहाँ पर अभी इतने दिन के बाद ऑलमोस्ट यू कैन से 1.5 months यहाँ पर वापस डोजी फॉर्म हो रहा है. तो मतलब आप समझ सकते हैं कि वापस अभी डोजी फॉर्म हो रहा है, कोशिश हो रहा है यहाँ पर एक attempt to go up, but it is having a challenge. So what can help this particular situation to unwind? यानी ये जो confusion है या जो गठबंधन है इस जंक्शन पे, how can we ensure that we are able to get out of it? For that, we will need some help. Okay, we will need some help from the other indices, right? What are the other indices? Other indices is Bank Nifty and Nifty IT. So which are the very actively traded indices? Okay, they are the actively traded indices. तो अभी वो actively traded indices में जब आप जाएंगे, okay, now Nifty is not giving us much idea. So now is Bank Nifty looking better? So let's go to Bank Nifty. ठीक है, अभी Bank Nifty पर चलते हैं और बैंक निफ्टी का चार्ट देखते हैं. अगर आप बैंक निफ्टी का चार्ट देखेंगे तो बैंक निफ्टी सीम्स टू बी ओके, मतलब यानी हमें लग रहा है कि थोड़ा अच्छा है. और यहाँ पर से हमें कुछ देखने मिलेगा कि यहाँ से इट कैन गो अप. इट इज सस्टेनिंग एंड इट इज हैविंग सम बेटर टाइप्स ऑफ फॉर्मेशन. बट यहाँ पर भी आप देखेंगे इन बैंक निफ्टी, if you apply the candlestick logic, yeah, those who are familiar with candlestick, you can see here that यहाँ पर एक bearish engulfing बन गया है, यहाँ पर एक छोटा शूटिंग स्टार भी बन गया है. तो ये देख के लग रहा है कि बैंक निफ्टी पर भी एक रोक आ सकती है. सॉरी. तो बैंक निफ्टी अगर रुक जाए, निफ्टी अगर नहीं चले, तो होना क्या है, या तो होना क्या है, ऑब्वियस है, राइट. सो ऑल ऑफ अस we don't need some rocket science to tell us that the probability of the market going down increases, correct. So now बैंक निफ्टी को भी देखकर यही मुझे लग रहा है. Now before the market starts, okay, now before the market starts, if you take a look at the SGX is subdued. यानी we can expect to have a flattish start. It's not a negative start, but it is a mildly negative start. So as we are entering into the day, or as we are starting the week rather, we are starting the week with a cautiously bullish bias. यानी we are going to have a bullish mindset, but then we will be very aware कि यहाँ पर से कुछ भी हो सकता है. तो निफ्टी से मुझे कुछ नजर नहीं आ रहा है, तो मैं बैंक निफ्टी पर ज्यादा गौर करूंगा. आई विल कॉन्सेंट्रेट मोर ऑन बैंक निफ्टी. व्हाई? बिकॉज बैंक निफ्टी had the RBI policy, so RBI policy को समझ के we will know exactly how Bank Nifty is going to give some details. Then we had the results of SBI, right? SBI, SBI has got a very good impact. Okay, SBI has got a very good impact on Bank Nifty, right? In the recent move, it has contributed nearly 1,000 points in Bank Nifty. So now, when you talk about such a big mover and its results were expected, okay, its results were expected to come out a cropper. Yani it was expected to come out a stellar result. But what really happened was that SBI results were disappointing. Okay, SBI results were disappointing. So now, okay, now what we have to see is we may have different kinds of opinion. People may analyze it differently, but eventually the verdict comes from the market. So now, when you're going to go into the market, right? When you're going to go into the market, and when you're going to take a look at the overall scenario. So now, let me just show you the charts of SBI, and then again we'll come back to Bank Nifty, because I feel that if you're going to look into the market situation, if you're going to track this week's market, Bank Nifty is going to be the key. Bank Nifty is going to be the key because Bank Nifty can trigger reactions in multiple asset class. It can trigger reactions in multiple asset class. तो हमें ध्यान देना है कि बैंक निफ्टी कैसा गौर करे, एक्ट करेगा. तो उसके पहले जो एसबीआई के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं. So let's take a quick look at the SBI charts also before the market opens. You can see here that SBI had a very good run, but then you can see that SBI challenged it to 2022 highs. SBI challenged its 2022 highs और 2022 highs को challenge करके वहां पर रुक गया, right? So now what has happened this? Okay, what has happened in SBI? It has reached 2022 highs. Okay, you can see here 2021 was the earlier high, 2022 is the next high, and then the high now. So SBI needs some really positive triggers to go beyond this level. But हुआ क्या? Results उतने अच्छे नहीं आए हैं, and we could, if the results are not as expected, then the obvious reaction is to the way down. And already you can see here, some smart people have already started exiting. Now, we need to see whether this will translate into further decline. Okay, right? We need to see now whether will it set a fresh set of bearishness, because now if a fresh set of bearishness comes in, then you could see a prolonged decline in SBI, and that can trigger a declining move in Bank Nifty. Okay, so SBI definitely, like I mentioned, and all of you have been reading it across your several groups or on the news channels, that the results were below expectation. Now, since their results were much below expectation, we need to see how the market is going to react to this. So that's something which you need to track. You can see here already signs of bearish pressure were already shown in SBI. So let's go and see now once again at Bank Nifty. Okay, there is a scenario in Bank Nifty, और अगर Bank Nifty को okay, थोड़े गौर से अगर आप देखेंगे, okay, when you try and look at Bank Nifty and try to understand what's happening in Bank Nifty, you will see that Bank Nifty has been trying to hold on to this 38,000 level. Okay, let me just show you. Let's also see what the big boys on the option side are saying about बैंक निफ्टी, क्योंकि ये जानना जरूरी है, क्योंकि अगर आप मार्केट में काम करने वाले हैं तो आपको जरूर ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. एंड व्हेन यू फोकस on the markets and when you go and take a look at what is happening, okay, you will get to know that from the option chain. So from the option chain हम देख रहे हैं कि what is the kind of positions that are getting built, that will help us, give us some idea. What idea are we trying to find out? Yeah, what idea are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out what could be the kind of move which you can expect in the coming session. All right, so you can see here, and if you have been tracking the PCR, okay, if you have been tracking the PCR of Nifty and Bank Nifty, it's the PCR of Bank Nifty is already at 0.9. So what does that mean? That there is some fair bit of call writing that is happening. So let me just show you here now. As you all can see on as you all can see here now on the charts, you can see here, right? Not on the option chain, you can see here that there is position getting built here. Okay, you can see here right now at 38,000. Okay. And upwards. You can see here that there is fair amount of additions. And you can see here after 38,000, there is fair amount of addition happening at 38,500. At 38,500, there is a fair amount of OI getting built. In the same way, if you look towards the downside, okay, towards the downside, kahan tak ja sakta hai? The first stop, that is 37,500. But then some of you would want to know कि अभी और क्या scope है. Okay, so now when you want to know that, it always is useful when you are able to look at the markets in a better light. Correct. So when you want to look the markets in a better light, it is helpful if you have some kind of utility that helps you to get a look at the market perspective. So that's where we have in NeoTrader, which is called as the options 360, where we have got analytics which talks about the option chain, and then it gives you some kind of idea. So you can see here that based on the option analytics here, okay, you can see here that this is what is the scenario looking like, okay, of either the weekly bank nifty or the daily bank nifty. You can see here that both of them, the weekly bank nifty or the monthly expiry of the bank nifty, both of them, okay, both of them are showing us that 38,000 put and 38,000 call, both are active. So what does that mean? That bank nifty has reached a inflection point. Okay, inflection point का मतलब क्या है कि inflection point पे कुछ भी हो सकता है. Okay, inflection point यानी उस पॉइंट पे कुछ भी हो सकता है. सो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Yes, कुछ भी हो सकता है. तो what is that point? That point is 38,000. So you can see here at weekly it is 38,000. At this one at in your monthly expiry also it is 38,000. And what levels did we see? We saw the levels of 37,500 as the zone which is having the next set of support. So that we saw it from the chain. So now if you would like to get more details, you can always take a look at the option chain. This entire data is analyzed. Now the next set of further more change in OI or the addition in OI is happening at 37,000. All right, 37,000 is the next stop. So you can see here that the first stop in bank nifty is 37,500. And then the next is 37,000. So always take a look. If you're an index player, if you're wanting to generate a view about the market, so this kind of analysis is very easily available here. So from here, you can take a look. You can see here that if you want to know what is the kind of supports which are there, so you got a detailed. We'll show you on this open interest analytics. You can see here there is a exhaustive page which talks about open interest. So if you want to know about Nifty, you can see here that this is the kind of supports which are emerging. You can see here this is the kind of supports which are emerging in Nifty around 37,000, which is on at an extreme scenario, and 16,500 further decline. So what are we seeing? We are seeing that the bank nifty is having more call writing. You can see from the PCR also that there is more call writing. So when there is more call writing, there is an indication of the market to go down. What else are we having? We are having the news flow. All right, we are having the news flow which is suggesting some pressure that could emerge, right? Plus, all of these put together indicates that bank nifty could be under pressure. We had the rate hike last week. Now we are having the SBI results also, which are not as per expectation. So when you combine everything, you are looking at some kind of weakness, right? So I want all of you guys to put in what have you understood based on what has been discussed. Yeah, come on guys, put on the chat what have you understood so far so that I get to know exactly what have you understood from the message which we are getting as we are getting to the live feed. So meanwhile, let's go on. Let's go on and find out what are the other pointers which we are looking at. Because like I said that we need to be very careful. Okay, we need to be very careful. Now for 38,000 to exceed, yes, we are at a stage where anything could happen. So if you again take a look at the markets, you can see here that there are certain additions here on the upside. So it is clearly indicating that 38,100, 38,200 could be a resistance zone. So market needs to exceed that. So we'll wait and watch, and until that is exceeded with some kind of conviction, I would not be a buyer in Bank Nifty. Rather, I'm looking at these rallies which could extend or show some bearish pressure on the market, right? That's the whole idea. Okay. Great, Amit. Good reading. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. Awesome. So now having said that, okay, having said that, let's try and understand now what are the other implications which we could take a look at. Because we had the results of M&M. Okay, let's take a look at the charts of M&M. Few more minutes to go before the market opens. Market continues to be muted. Negative pressure abhi tak nahi hai. So you can see here that these are the charts of M&M. M&M came out with its numbers. Okay, M&M came out with its numbers, and M&M is trying to make a scene out of the whole thing. और अभी ये देखकर लग रहा है कि it is going to be a challenge, right? It is going to be a challenge for M&M. Now, they are saying that M&M missed the profit estimate, and this could definitely have a impact on the price. So the price have already started witnessing some profit booking. Now we need to see whether this would continue. So you can see here that the entire move has gone up steadily. So let's again go here and take a look at what kind of understanding are we getting from M&M. Okay, let's see if M&M are we getting. There are no results of. Okay, let me just see. No, there is no result of M&M. There are not much changes in M&M, so it filters it and it showcases to us. So that's why there is no filtration of M&M. So let's go and check from here as to what kind of insights are we getting. Let us do our own analysis. Based on that filtration, it is not coming up. So maybe there is nothing much to say about M&M, but nevertheless, let's try and find out what could happen in M&M, because M&M is also a actively traded stock. So when you take a look at M&M, you can see here that there has been a strong addition on the upside. You can see here 1300, right? 1300 call. There has been a sufficient writing here. 1300 call. There is a sufficient writing at 1300 call. And if you take a look here, this is M&M, which is because it made a high here. So there was call at 1300. Now on the lower side, where is the addition happening? And you can see here addition is happening at 1220 levels, right? At 1220 levels, you can see here that there is some happening. But then more interesting is the 1200. Okay, you can see here that this column, there is a sufficient volume here at 1200. So 1200 is a expected zone. So now if markets were to decline, all right, if markets were to decline, this 1200 zone would become active. So considering what has happened in the result, and considering that the estimates, it is below estimates. So yes, there is a year-on-year increase in the revenue, but then when you're taking a look at the estimates, they may have an impact. So we need to see whether that particular news flow has been discounted, and then are we going to see an impact here, right? That's the whole idea here, and that's what we are going to do. So as we are getting into the market, we are trying to understand how to make this concept little bit more interesting, and how to ensure that we are able to get some perspective, right? So few more minutes before the market opens. We are around 6 minutes away, and the pre-market open is definitely indicating that yes, markets could begin on a muted note. Okay, markets could begin on a muted note. Let's wait and watch. Meanwhile, let's try and understand what are the other results which markets need to absorb. Okay, Titan came out with good numbers, right? You can see here this Titan, the stock of Titan. Titan came out with good numbers, and pre-market it's showing a positive opening, right? Pre-market it's showing a positive opening. So that's how you need to combine the results with the price action. So yes, now we are expecting that the market should continue the positive momentum, but what could dampen or what could come in between the positive momentum is the Bank Nifty. I would be, keeping my eyes on Bank Nifty, because I truly believe that Bank Nifty could play a very important role in how the market is going to play out. And that is the reason why since morning I have been talking about Bank Nifty. So let me just, so you can see here that when there is some uncertainty, okay, when there is some uncertainty and you want to participate in the markets, so you always, when you are going to participate in the market and when you're taking a look at any kind of event, so you can always take a look at something called as a straddle. Okay, so you can see here that you can see here the 38,000. If you talk about the 38,000 straddle, so you can see here that it gives you a 700-point range. You can see here, this is 320 and 380. So you have a 700-point range. So essentially, it gives you a possible range scenario of the market, and that is why I was able to also estimate that yes, 37,500 on the upside and 38,500 on, 38,500 on the upside and 37,500 on the downside could be a potential range. Now we have to see now how the market is going to absorb and how the market is going to react to the SBI numbers, because amongst all the results which have been discussing for the last few days, the results of SBI was in the radar of many people, and everyone were expecting that yes, this should take us to a much higher level. And yes, but what really happened is that we were unable to, okay, we were unable to get really the answer, and now the answer has come from SBI itself. And whether can we understand and can we participate with these kind of numbers again on the positive side, that is something which we need to watch. So look at the markets with a positive frame of mind. We need to wait for a reaction, and we don't need to react immediately, correct? We need to see how the market is going to pan out, and as we are speaking, SGX continues to remain positive. There is no particular indication of any kind of negative pressure, so we should look to trade with a positive bias. But then we know that the markets are at an inflection point यानी यहाँ से कुछ भी हो सकता है, तो हमें पहले ध्यान देना है कि how the markets are going to be holding on for the first 15 minutes. So what I would advise is wait for the first 15 minutes, see what the market is doing, and then take a decision. Well, if you've got a BTST, STBT, of course, you should take a view on that and you should decide on the same. But then when you're going to look at the markets, you got to be very quick. Or if you are already having a view on any particular stock or security, then you are getting a follow through on the same. You can act on that. Otherwise, wait, watch, and then proceed. That's what is my suggestion for today. And in just one more minute, the markets are going to open. We are going to see. But then what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to go and hit the like button, because I want to see a lot of likes in today's video. We are opening the week today, and your likes are very, very necessary for us to continue. Okay, market opens, friends, market opens, and as we are seeing here that Nifty is positive, Bank Nifty, okay, has turned positive again. So yes, right now both of them are on a muted start as expected, right? As expected. So yes, let's not get into the inner detail. Let's first try and find out what's really happening here. Okay, there's a scenario. Let's again go to the dashboard. Okay, let's go to the dashboard. Okay, come on, guys. I want you guys to comment. What are you seeing? What are you seeing? Come on, guys. I've got a lot of intelligent traders with me who come every day, right? I want you guys to say, I want you guys first to hit the like button. I want you guys to share this video with as many people as possible so the number of likes go up. And I want you to comment on the chat. Come on, guys. I need some comments on the chat. Come on. I know that I am not alone. Okay, you can see here right now. Okay, this is on the close. Let me put it on the open. Okay, okay. Not much clarity. Okay, let me just take a look as to what's happening. Just hold on a moment. All right, all right. Let me just see now what's happening. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sunny, on your comment. Let's try and understand now. Markets have given us some clue. Okay, here goes. There goes our Titan. We had discussed about Titan. Titan is doing well. All right. And if you all recall, we had also, yes, Titan is a very, very strong mover here. You can see here, Titan is a definite candidate. All right, Titan is a definite candidate for an upside. Okay. Yes, Titan definitely. Immediate targets for Titan is 2495. You can see here, it's given a nice gap up as well above the pivot and CPR. So it's a very good move. Titan is a very, very good trended stock. Titan, yes, moving in line, but then if you can take a look at Bank Nifty, right? What has happened in Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty has opened lower, right? We had spoken about our chances of the trend to continue, and we had seen the option data as well, right? We had seen the option data as well, and we had mentioned that there is some pressure on the upside. And if you all recall, I said that I will be laying more emphasis on the Bank Nifty. And I did lay emphasis on the Bank Nifty, and Bank Nifty has given us a sell opportunity here. You can see here, I'll be a seller in Bank Nifty. It's very clear that today could be a pressured day, and going longs would be a challenge. And Bank Nifty is going to trigger a reaction to the downside. That's what it looks like. Already SBI impact on Bank Nifty is seen. You can see here that the Bank Nifty is going down. It has broken the S1 level. So it is very clear that this kind of moves are happening. So now let's try and understand the impact or the repercussions of the Bank Nifty to the way down. Bank Nifty targets, immediate targets is of course my S3. My S3 comes at 37,600. So that is what I'll be targeting in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is under pressure. Bank Nifty is now dragging the Nifty down. So what is happening is that Bank Nifty is injecting venom into the market, and this is dragging the market down, right? This is what we discussed in the morning, and this is what is happening now. So those of you who are smart, those of you who are paying attention, I'm sure that you are taking some decision in the market. So now to help our decision, let's go into our friend and ask Mr. Rolling Ticker as to what should I do now, right? All our new trader people, they know what to do, but there are still some people out there who are wondering what to do. And this live stream is for them to tell them that new trader has your back and your friend too, because in the market, the kind of moves which happen, you tend to lose your back and friend. And the kind of moves which we are seeing right now, it is quite challenging. It's quite challenging. सबको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है कि नीचे जा रहा है, और ऐसे समय पर जब आपको एक अच्छा साथी मिल जाए, that nothing like it. So you can see here that right now Bank Nifty indicates previous low is broken. Let's again go to the FNO space and find out. So many stocks, lows are getting broken. So many stocks. Okay, so many stocks. This is a scenario. Why don't we directly go now? Since we are talking so much about Nifty, Bank Nifty. Hold on, guys. Let me just go and first take a look at the dashboard. Okay. Of course, we had estimated it to be a red, and let's put it on the bank. Okay, let's see the banking sector from the open. So you can see here that Nifty Bank. Okay, Nifty Bank is having a muted response. अभी तक पूरा negative नहीं हुआ है. Okay. Yes, guys. What are you guys doing? आप लोग अभी क्या ट्रेड कर रहे हैं? आप लोग सब ने तो गुड मॉर्निंग तो बोल दिया, उसके आगे क्या? उसके क्या हो रहा है? क्या हो रहा है ट्रेड? और कुछ लाइक्स वगैरह नहीं आ रहे हैं. आई एम नॉट सीइंग मेनी लाइक्स ऑन द चैट, ऑन द वीडियो. कम ऑन गाइस, show me your love, show me your support, and also I want some comment. What you guys are trading right now? What you guys are seeing right now, so that we can track them and participate in them. So यहाँ पर Bank Nifty clearly under pressure to the downside. Correct. This is the analysis which we had done, and this is what is the situation right now. And again मैं डाल देता हूँ FNO basket. Okay. You can see here hint of bearishness has already emerged. The oil and gas space, right? Oil and gas space is negative. बाकी लोग कहाँ पर है? सब लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या काम कर रहे हैं? क्या देख रहे हैं? You can see here Bank Nifty has come up till S2, but the message is very clear that banks are under pressure. Okay. Now banks are under pressure, so let's try and find out. Okay, let's try and find out some certain stocks. You can see here that the pressure is to the downside, right? There is a lot of movement which is being seen here. So, but then there are certain bullish candidates also. So, for example, Canfin Home is showing a bullish scenario. Let's try and see if there are other supporting factors in Canfin Home. No, it's only open is equal to low signal. So I would wait. So now let's go and take a look at dashboard here. The dashboard here. Okay. So let's try and find out BPCL, HPCL, they are more than 2% decline. Okay, there's more than 2% decline. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to see a 2% decline. Okay, leave aside this guy. Bank Nifty is under pressure. Let's not talk about it for now. It's clear. Our analysis was on the dot. So yes, you can see here, this is the chart of BPCL. BPCL is under pressure. BPCL has opened lower. So yes, there is a sharp move in BPCL. But the only thing is that it has given a very strong decline. So I would wait for a reaction into S3, and then I would initiate a short. The view is on the negative side. You can see here that the setup on the daily chart is bearish. So I would be a bear. I would have a bearish scenario, but I will wait for a reaction into S3 before I initiate a short. All right. That's going to be my plan of action on BPCL. So let's again go and check out. Let's go and again check out. Okay. So MGL. All right. So Manali Suresh says MGL. Yes, very good. Very good. You can see here MGL has gone and met R3. So very good spotting. Very good spotting MGL. It's crossed R3. So let's take help of rolling ticker and find out. So you can see here that Manali, good, very good stock selection. You can see here MGL was a morning 9:15 strategy. So if your view was clear and you wanted to take a shot at it, you could, and you did a very good trade, because at morning 9:15 you had all these criteria getting satisfied. It crossed the previous day high, you had a bullish range expansion, and you had a open is equal to low. So all these, when multiple technical factors are supporting your stock selection, it makes your job easier, right? The whole idea of rolling ticker is how multiple selection of criteria is coming into play. जब multiple technical parameters are combining with your stock, then that is the best scenario. Superb selection, superb, awesome, very good. So yes, MGL is a good trade. So now let's check out for some more trades. What kind of trades are we getting? Let's go and take a look at the dashboard again. Are there some movement? Okay, you can see here that there is a movement in HAL, right? HAL had given a good pullback in the last week, right? Now, after giving a good pullback in the last week, you can see here that HAL is moving. So MGL is now crossed R3 also. Very good trade in MGL. So now let's take on HAL. Okay, so looks like all the stocks which are ending in L probably is interesting today. First was MGL, now it's HAL. HAL is also very good. You can see here that rolling ticker is showing us that there is a bullish range expansion. There is also previous day high cross. Very important factors which are coming into play. So you can see here how I am going about. I am checking out certain important technical parameters. और इसे देखकर लग रहा है कि HL में एक अच्छा सेटअप है. So yes, we have already spoken about MGL. So let's take a look at HAL now. Okay, HAL has already given a move. HAL has already given a move. So it was a move above H3. So you can see here that the move is moving very swiftly. You can see here that it's a very strong move. So now you have a very strong move here, and it definitely, after spending a lot of time in consolidation last week, you can see here that it is going up. So our friend here is not going away. So I'll see what we can do with this friend. Okay, our all right, RECL. Okay, so now Bharat, RECL. RECL में करना क्या है आपको? RECL में करना क्या है? I want you guys to tell me कि what are you seeing there? Do you want to buy RECL? If you say what you want to do in RECL, then it will be very good. So now what we do as neo traders is we type RECL. Okay. Now when I type RECL, right? When I type RECL, I can see here that it is previous day low is broken. It's also giving me a open is equal to high. So automatically यहाँ पर एक bearish scenario आ गया है. तो यहाँ पर एक bearish scenario आने की वजह से I will consider this as a selling opportunity. So RECL is a good selling opportunity. So you can see here on the charts, it has moved below S1. So yes, it's a good short candidate, right? Yes, Bharat. Absolutely right, Bharat. Absolutely right. You are looking at it in a correct way. So again, let's go back to the market, right? That's the advantage of having a dashboard. So what happens in a dashboard is it keeps on telling you what the market is doing. It keeps on telling you what the market is doing. And when you are having an idea about what the market is doing, it makes it very easier for you. Ultimately, what do you want to do? You want to participate and see कि क्या करना है. So that's what we are doing now. So now this is what is the scenario looking like, and this is what is the overall situation. Okay. So let's again go back and let's see what the market has done so far. So if you see here right now, Nifty continues to be bullish. Okay, Bank Nifty continues to be bearish, but yes, there is a rebound from lower levels, but still Nifty continues to be bullish. So if Nifty is continuing to be bullish, probably some sector is triggering, or some sector is actually keeping the momentum going. That's what we need to see, right? So now if I were to look at द सेक्टर्स पर से। तो अभी हम जाकर देखते हैं कि वी एक्सपेक्टेड दैट द बैंक निफ्टी वुड रिलीज और इंजेक्ट सम नेगेटिविटी। पीएसयू बैंक अंडरस्टैंडेबली डाउन है एसबीआई की वजह से, लेकिन बाकी सेक्टर में उतना गिरावट नहीं देख रहे हैं। राइट, यू कैन सी हियर दैट बाकी सेक्टर में उतनी गिरावट नहीं दिख रही है, तो उसके वजह से हमें तुरंत बेरिश भी नहीं होना चाहिए। सो व्हाट डिड आई से, वेट फॉर द फर्स्ट 15 मिनट्स, राइट। दो आई मेंशन दैट यस, RECL is going down as we had discussed. Now you talk about bank nifty. Okay, talk about bank nifty, right? Let me maybe open another chart. Okay, let me open another chart here. All right, so we'll just take a look at bank nifty. ठीक है, और bank nifty को we'll just see it in plain light and see what has really happened in bank nifty. अभी bank nifty का अगर आप देखेंगे तो I said wait for the first 15 minutes. So first 15 minutes completes here, right? 3 candles. First 15 minutes completes here. और first 15 minutes complete होने के बाद हमें ये पता चल रहा है कि there is no clarity in bank nifty. Okay, there is no clarity in bank nifty. The same 15 minutes, okay, you can see here that nifty is tending to be more aggressive. Right? So while I said that bank nifty should be the index to be tracked, nifty here is showing more inclination to go up. Okay, nifty here is showing more inclination to go up. So yes, there continues to exist a tug of war between nifty and bank nifty. There is at the moment not much clarity here. However, if you see some upside move in nifty, then it can prevent the deterioration in bank nifty. So in that case, the 38,100, 38,200 players will start getting active, because at higher levels, there is call writing happening in bank nifty. But you may get some quick intraday spurt. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? एक क्विक इंट्राडे स्पर्ट मिल सकता है जो जिसका आप फायदा उठा सकते हो. But looking at the overall picture, market continues to be under pressure. So this particular simple idea which I have given you of waiting for the first 15 minutes and see which side of the range is going to be broken, that will give you much more clarity. How many of you got this? Yeah. Those who are watching this feed right now, I want you to type what stocks are you seeing. Sanjay is writing lemon tree. Okay, let's take a look at lemon tree. Let's take a look at lemon tree. And yes, Sanjay, good one. Lemon tree is looking good. It's met its first target. So above 78, you can see more upside. Now let's try and read the market setup. Okay, let's try and read the market setup on stock analyzer. Stock analyzer में देखते हैं कि it's not an NSE 500. So ITC, okay. ITC came out with its numbers, right? ITC came out with its numbers. But then if you see ITC, where is ITC right now? Where is ITC right now? ITC is in this scenario. Yes, its bull score is good, right? Its bull score is good. So what I do is I just take a look at the bull score, bear score. It gives me a very good idea. And then if you talk about ITC right now, it is in P2R1 for an intraday. You can see here on an intraday, it is between P2R1. So I would wait. It's on the buy scenario, and spoke about Abara reality. Madhu spoke about Abara reality. You can see here that it is in strong sell. Okay, it is in a strong sell mode. Now strong sell में है और यहाँ पर है, तो अगर आपको थोड़ा और कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए तो आप यहाँ पर जा सकते हैं, and then you can put here Oberoi. So you can see here that there is a volatility expansion happening, right? So what did I do? I use my stock analyzer. I saw I have identified some stock or I have seen some stocks. आपको stocks बहुत जगह से मिलेंगे, but उसका validation करना है आपको, right? How will you validate? We all know that एक क्रोसिन खाएंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली हमारा बीमारी ठीक हो जाएगा, हमारा फीवर कम हो जाएगा. बट लेकिन आपको पता है कि आपको फीवर है कि क्या है. इन द सेम वे स्टॉक्स तो आपको बहुत सारे मिलेंगे, बट वो स्टॉक्स whether it is worth trading or not, how will you know that unless you get the validation, right? In the same way I spoke about your health. If you want to know whether do you have normal fever or you are having covid, you have to go to the doctor. So here न्यू ट्रेडर से मैं पता करता हूं कि वो स्टेट क्या है. तो right now I see that there is a Bollinger Band bearish cut. So what does it say? Okay, what does it say? It says that there is a bearish cut in Oberoi reality. So let me just go and take a look at Oberoi reality. ठीक है, यहाँ पर Nifty continues to hold this level. Oberoi reality I will also put in stock analyzer. So Oberoi reality I put in stock analyzer. So right now it is in pivot to R1 mode, but pivot to R1. So right now the setup has a bearish scenario to a bullish scenario. So now you can see here it dipped lower and now it's going up, right? It went below. That is when the scenario was there, and the scenario is updated now. The page gets updated in a frequency of every 15 minutes. You can see here now it opened lower, it went up till S1, and then it has reversed from there. So what has essentially happened is that the bearishness in early morning bearishness in Oberoi reality is over now. And if Bank Nifty is going to stage an upside, so like you can see here, Nifty, right? We spoke about Nifty. Nifty is holding up, correct? Nifty is holding up. So now Nifty is moving above the 15-minute high. So it clearly indicates that the possibility of a movement upside in Nifty is higher. Bank Nifty will continue to hold on because Nifty is not supporting Bank Nifty. Either Bank Nifty should support Nifty or Nifty should support Bank Nifty. Now what has happened is SBI के results जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे, okay? SBI के results जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे और बोले कि is the bearishness seen ahead of the result absorbed. So you can see here that early morning the stock was punished, right? Early morning the stock was punished and it went below S3, right? It went below S3 और S3 के नीचे जाने के बाद right in the morning रुक गया है. It has just stopped here and it is trying to find out what I need to do. So now there is absolutely no clarity. So I would not be a seller in SBI at the moment. I would wait for a rally. Okay. Yes, I have been a seller in Bank Nifty because I believe that the Bank Nifty went below S1. So yes, my stop loss is at 38,100 for now. So which is your R1. I'll continue to hold on to this trade because I believe that banks are under pressure. So at higher levels, you will continue to experience some selling pressure. So that is the philosophy which I'm maintaining as the day is unwinding. So let's see what happens, and we will continue to observe the other setups. So let's again go back to the dashboard, and you can see here that market has once again moved into the positive territory, right? आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे market has once again moved into the positive territory, and we had spoken about two stocks, MGL, right? MGL is moving up very well, and also HAL, right? MGL and HAL, both of them are moving quite well. Yes, can you all tell me what chart setups are you seeing? आप लोगों को क्या नजर आ रहा है? कौन से स्टॉक्स में आप लोग ट्रेड कर रहे हैं? ओके, पॉजिटिव है, मार्केट्स आर स्लाइटली पॉजिटिव, सो वील कंटिन्यू टू रिटेन. like we had discussed, that Bank Nifty will have an impact, but we should not abandon the positive bias, right? That's what we said. We should not abandon the positive bias. So again, if you go into the Nifty daily chart, you can see here that this was the scenario. Once again, market is holding on to the higher levels. Market is once again holding on to the higher levels. All right. So let's get into the intraday charts once again. And you can see here that there is a positive move seen in Nifty. So Nifty continues to be on the positive side. Let's await some clarity on how far can it go. So immediately you can see here that on an intraday chart, right? On an intraday chart, the previous high levels around 17,500, okay, around 17,500 continues to be a scenario. So this is where some call writing is also happening in Nifty. If you go and take a look at the Nifty option chain, you will see here that 17,500 pe call writing ho raha hai. So as a rally is seen in the market, the call writing is happening around those levels. So you got to be a little watchful, right? So that will give you an idea of combining the price and the option movement. So once again, let us go back into the market moves, and let's see if some fresh shorts are getting created. You can see here that the oil and gas space is under pressure, along with the some other few names, but then you can overall you will see that not much of action is happening. So let's go into the details of the sector. Okay, let's go into the details of the sector, and let's try and find out which sector are we seeing any kind of sector action, whether Bank Nifty से कुछ हमें देखने मिलेगा. Bank Nifty related sectors जो है like NBFC या real estate, auto, उसमें अगर कुछ देखने मिलेगा, let's see. So you can see here auto is doing quite well, correct? So we may have some good auto names which are coming up. So let me again set it from the open, and let's see from the open, are we seeing anything from the auto space? So you can see here M&M, right? We spoke about M&M. M&M is the top gainer today. We wanted to see whether the entire moves will be priced in, correct? So let's again go back to M&M. Okay, this is a chart of M&M. You can see here M&M has moved quite well. So now once again, if you put on, you can see here that you are having a move above R1. So now I'll wait for a move above R1. I saw that the results were bad. Okay, the results were good, but they missed estimate. Is the entire missing estimate factored into the price action? Yeah, if yes, then we will see a movement. That's what we had discussed. So now what has happened is, it looks like the entire move has been probably factored in. So now what are you seeing here? You're seeing a move to the upside. So I will be a buyer in M&M once it crosses R1. Why? Because that is my strategy, that is my approach. So I will put a filter here. Okay, I'll put an alert here, and let's track M&M in the coming minutes. Okay, let's track M&M in the coming minutes. Meanwhile, let's go and take a look here. Okay, let's go and take a look at this entire thing. Okay, awesome. So now let's move ahead and find out what is happening in terms of the sector. In terms of sector, you can see here that industrial manufacturing. Okay, industrial manufacturing का जो sector है, वो सबसे strongest sector है. Industrial manufacturing का जो sector है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर सारे stocks positive है. सारे stocks positive है, which is indicating that the positive movement is happening. IT is on the negative side. So those who would like to go short, okay, those who would like to go short should open IT. IT and pharma are having more bearishness. So immediately अगर आपको लॉन्ग करना है तो इंडस्ट्रियल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और ऑटो, तो ऐसे सेक्टर एनालिसिस करके आप काम कर सकते हैं. सो नाउ अगेन कमिंग बैक टू, कैन सी हियर Siemens is moving up the ladder. So let me again go here and go to Siemens. So you can see here Siemens is having a move up. It's having a move up the Camarilla ladder as well. It's crossed Fibonacci pivot. So I would be a buyer in Siemens. Why? Because I can see a good move in the whole industrial manufacturing today. So let me put on Siemens. See here, yes, good time to buy Siemens. Yes, you can buy because Siemens has begun the next leg of the rally. Siemens has begun the next leg of the rally, which clearly indicates that there is a strong move seen in this sector. Right, that's how you need to go about. You can see here that Bank Nifty did not go below the 15-minute zone. And one of the reasons for Bank Nifty coming up is that Nifty continues to remain positive. The initial reaction, right? Okay. Rajiv says Axis Bank crossed R1. Great. So now again, looking at what you have shared, Rajiv, so let's go into the banking space. Also, you can see your financial services. Majority of them are positive. FM, not FMCG, sorry. Let me, PSU banks, only SBI is negative. So you can see here that SBI is reacting to the result. Okay. So what will happen is that all the call writers who were there, they had built a mindset, they had built a position, and they were getting ready if SBI results were not okay. Now, yes, SBI results were not okay. SBI was punished. Now, probably the punishment का time खत्म हो गया है और you are seeing that the market is reacting positively. You can see here markets reacted negatively at the start. Now that is looking to be ignored. So that's why I said wait for the first 15 minutes. So once you wait for the first 15 minutes, you can see that the market is not as negative as we thought. We also saw that the SGX was also covering up. SGX was also covering up. So which indicated that कि SGX में जो movement है, वो it is not, we said that it will open flat because SGX is not showing a bearishness. Now market did open flat. It reacted to the way down, largely driven by SBI. Apart from that, most of the bank index we saw, they were muted. Now, once again, we will go into the banking. Once again, we look into the banking. We can see here that there is a movement seen in Federal Bank and IndusInd Bank. Right? We have been discussing Federal Bank and IndusInd Bank as part of our discussions. So Rajiv, Axis Bank, yes, it is moving up. But then if you take a look at the stocks above the ladder, you will see IndusInd Bank and Federal Bank actually are more than 1.5% up. So if you want to participate in the banking space, considering that banks did not go down as expected, Federal Bank or IndusInd Bank would be a much better play. So let's go and take a look at rolling ticker and see. So Siemens, we have already identified a trade. So Federal Bank is only previous day high crossed, and IndusInd, no, IndusInd has not given any kind of signal yet. Let's take a look at Rajiv's Axis Bank, only previous day high cross. So I'm having only one trigger so far in the banking. I would still not be a buyer until I get some kind of movement. You can see here now, slowly and steadily, some things are moving. What I'm seeing is this stock, Chambal Fertilizer. Chambal Fertilizer has shown a very good move. You can see here that it's given a level 1 move as per CPR also. Plus, it's featuring in multiple other tools as well. So if you take a look at the stocks and if you want to initiate a long, yes, I already shared with you Siemens. Siemens is doing quite well. I'm a buyer in Siemens for a target of around 2800. Right, and now Chambal Fertilizer. Okay, Chambal Fertilizer is the next one. Yes, Chambal Fertilizer is also moving well. It's finished. It's finished the zone 1 or the move 1. Now it is getting into the move 2. So yes, any move above the last candle high should be a very good precursor to buy it, right? Because it will open up new windows to the upside. So the movement is very good. Again, the fertilizer stocks are coming into play, right? Now you can see here, Chambal Fertilizer is an actively traded stock. Okay, Chambal Fertilizer is an actively traded stock which has got lot of uh, patronized by traders. So you should definitely look at this stock. So I would be a buyer above 333 for an upside towards around potential targets emerge around 338, 340. So it's a very good setup. I'll definitely be a buyer. Market is just holding its poise, and there is no sign of negativity yet. Correct? What negativity which we thought would emerge, वो तो हुआ नहीं, right? Market है, व्यू बनाते हैं, लेकिन अगर मार्केट हमारे व्यू के साथ नहीं चलता है, तो द फर्स्ट थिंग व्हाट यू डू इज अबैंडन योर व्यू, because your view does not make the market. That's the way I trade, so that I can participate and make money. All of us are here to make money, so that's what we should do, right? So now let's go and take a look once again. Constantly I keep watching the dashboard, because this is what gives me a sign that what the market is doing. It's just like the TV which is there right beside a patient. आपको समझ में आता है कि पेशेंट के अंदर क्या हो रहा है. तो डैशबोर्ड ऑल्सो डज द सेम जॉब. वो आपको बताता है कि मार्केट के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, which stocks are gaining, which stocks are losing. So all the stocks we discussed, they are moving. We spoke about HL, we spoke about MGL, we spoke about Siemens, we spoke about Chambal Fertilizer. Chambal Fertilizer is yet to move. So that's how the whole scenario is. Right now you can see here, short करना है तो IT and pharma में करना है. IT and pharma में short करना है तो you need to have certain factors which are helping you to validate your selection. So once you are able to validate your selection, you will automatically be able to ensure that जो भी stock आप select करेंगे, you will be able to get a better result, because that's what we want, right? We want a positive result on our setup. So what are you guys trading? आप लोग अभी क्या ट्रेड कर रहे हो, क्या ट्रेड ले रहे हो? Yeah. So we have been discussing on different elements. We have been discussing on what kind of setups are at work. We are discussing on what kind of stocks are at work. So I want you guys to go and also comment on this video, right? I want you guys to go and comment on this video कि आपको क्या समझ में आया इस आज के लाइव फीड से, और कौन से kind of selection आपको अच्छे लगे, and what did you find interesting. So your love and support is what brings us back every day to share what we know and share our process of trading. That's the whole idea here. The whole idea is keep sharing our process of trading. You can see here, it has not crossed that particular level yet. So I will wait for that move in Chambal. So that's, you can see here the kind of clarity which we bring about in all our market participation. और वापस चलकर देखते हैं कि कौन से स्टॉक में मूवमेंट हो रहा है. ओके, सन फार्मा, विप्रो, डेल्टा कॉर्प. Okay, Wipro is showing some bearish signal here. So let's see if Wipro is getting some validation from someone else. No, there is no validation on the downside on Wipro, Sun Pharma, because markets at the moment are evenly poised. Markets at the moment are evenly poised. So हम wait करेंगे for the market to give some clarity, right? You can see here now, after, so there is some lot of activity happening in Chambal. So I would be tracking Chambal, and I would definitely, you can see here, the move has gone up. So yes, it does. It has gone up above this high. Yes, it definitely in a buying zone right now. Chambal is a very interesting setup which I would be tracking. Let's again go back to the sector, और सेक्टर में देखते हैं कि कौन से स्टॉक्स करना है. So yes, which stocks are your favorites? Which stocks would you like to analyze in tomorrow's session? Is something which you can comment on the video on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and you can comment on the video where we will get to know exactly what kind of trades you are taking, what kind of activity which you are doing, and that will help us to look at the markets in a much better way, right? So now let's again go back into what is the market movement which you are seeing. PSU, energy space are showing some weakness, but if you see from the open, not much of weakness, right? This is the top banner or the top row is based on the closing, but the bottom row here is based on the opening. So based on the opening, markets में एक muted response है या एक साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन है, एक अनसर्टनिटी है, तो इसे हमें समझकर चलना चाहिए कि मार्केट्स में एक स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक एक्शन हो रहा है. ओके, मार्केट्स में एक स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक एक्शन हो रहा है, so we will be very careful as we enter the day. Okay, so let's once again get into Nifty. Okay, let's get into Nifty. You can see here Nifty is holding up, Bank Nifty is holding up. So, however, there is no clarity. So, it's a day of quick participation. It's a day of proper stock selection, and all of these are possible when Neo Trader is there along with you, and that's what I've been showing. Using Neo Trader, I've been able to find the right kind of setups and able to share with you how these setups work, right? So as we are nearing the end of today's live stream, I would like to share with you that yes, these are some stocks which I discussed. We spoke about Chambal Fertilizer, we spoke about Siemens on the long side. On the short side, we spoke about RECL. So you can track all of these and you can let us know as to how you like this. And I would like you to share and like and comment on this particular live stream, because this kind of detailed analysis is not done anywhere on the internet. Thank you so much for joining me in today's session. I'll catch you again in the next trading session, which is on Wednesday. Thank you so much.